Namaskar. Welcome to episode number 3. I am C. A. Shashigupta, and today I am going to discuss about the NAFRA order, which is dated 3rd of January 24. A very interesting order, and in this case, the company is a listed company, and it's dealing in services of human resource management and technology solution. And the basic issue in this is about the issue of a certificate by a chartered accountant in practice in Form 10DA under Section 80JJAA of the Income Tax Act. And this certificate under in Form 10DA is about claiming of some deductions, additional deductions of about 30% on employee cost for 3 assessment years, and the chartered accountant is the practicing chartered accountant is required to certify certain numbers, and those numbers include the number of employees as on the last date of the immediately preceding year, number of employees as on the last date of the previous year, number of employees employed during the previous year, number of additional employees, the emolument of whom is eligible for deduction under Section 80JJAA, total amount of emoluments paid to such employees, and the amount of deduction which is required to be claimed. So these are the various numbers which are the chartered accountant is required to certify. Now in this case, we have to understand what is the difference between a certificate and an auditor's opinion. Whereas the certificate is a written confirmation of the exactness, the word is exactness of the facts stated therein, and does not involve any estimate or opinion. So this is a big difference. A certificate is on the actual position. The CA is required to certify the correctness of those items, whereas in case of opinion, opinion is on the basis of various factors, and the opinions are having its own limitations also. And first of all, the limitation is that of the inherent limitations. Then the opinions are based on a sample or test check basis, and it also depends upon the materiality, and then it depends upon the pervasiveness of the issue, and then there are many other features. So overall, there's a lot of difference between an opinion and a certificate. So in this particular case, since the issue is of certificate, the correctness and exactness of the issue was involved. Now in this case, the matter was referred to NAFRA by DGIT investigation, and according to DGIT investigations, the chartered accountant has wrongly submitted details and claimed extra exemptions which was not required, and the amount of the claim was quite heavy, and it was to the tune of if I'm not forgetting, it's about 1135 crore rupees. So that was the severity of the issue. Now the allegation what the NAFRA finally gave in the verdict was that the chartered accountant failed to verify reorganization of business. One of the condition is the CA is required to find out whether the business has been made of any reorganization or not. So those papers were missing from the audit file which was presented to them. Then the CA failed to exclude employees whose entire contribution of EPS under the employees pension scheme was paid by the government. Those employees are not entitled. Then he failed to correctly report the number of additional employees during a financial year, and that he again failed to verify payment of additional employee cost was made by account pay check or it was by other means. And similarly, there's a limit on the salary amount also, which is 25,000. So employees which are getting above 25,000 rupees, those are not covered. See, the chartered accountant gave a number of explanations in support of his certificate, but those were not found satisfactory. And the charges imposed were that the chartered accountant failed to exercise due diligence and was gross negligent in his professional duties, and invoked the clause 7 of part 1 of the second schedule. And then again he was charged that the chartered accountant failed to obtain sufficient information necessary for expression of opinion, and as a result clause 8 of part 1 of the second schedule was invoked. And a very huge penalty, a penalty to the tune of 50 lakh was imposed on the basis of the remuneration which the chartered accountant got over a period of 4 years. And let me also share with you that this is the maximum penalty which the authority can impose, and the scales are not less than 1 lakh and may extend to 5 times of the fees received. So in this particular case, since the certificate was issued by the individual only, so the penalty was restricted on the individual, and the firm was not involved in any other violation. Now there are 2 points which are important in this particular case to my understanding. First of all, the imposition of clause 8 part 1 second schedule, which talks about the chartered accountant failed in obtaining sufficient information necessary for expression of opinion. In this case, to my understanding, that there is no question of any opinion. The chartered accountant is required to certify certain numbers, and if the numbers are correct, he has to say yes, it is correct. If it is not correct, then he is required to say no, it is not correct. So there is no question of any opinion. So that is a big difference. So to my mind, invocation of clause 8 part 1 second schedule is required to be re-looked into, and that is not required. And then also I have been informed that the chartered accountant approached the Honorable High Court and sought relief, since that on the basis of some legal grounds, that the order of the NAFRA is applicable only on the auditor of a company, right? And here in this case, the chartered accountant has issued in his individual name, and also the firm to which he belongs has no connection as auditor of that particular company, right? So on this ground, the Honorable Court has taken cognizance and has issued notice to the respondent, and that is National Financial Reporting Authority, so NAFRA. So the notice has been issued. So I think the chartered accountant has a point while raising this particular technical issue. So friends, once again I would say that we have to be very careful, and proper documentations are required, and we must discharge our duties as required under various statutes, various technical standards, and maintain proper audit record, audit file for that purpose. And also we must continuously work for the upliftment or the improvement or additions to our knowledge. And in this I am reminded of our institute motto song, Ye esh supteshu jagrati kamam kamam pursho nirmimanah tadaiv shukram tad brahma tadaiv mrit muchyate tasmin loka shrita sarve tadu natyati Kaschana atadvaitat atadvaitat atadvaitat. And in Hindi, you see, I just tell you the meaning, that tells you everything. And it says, ये पुरुष जो नाना विधि कामनाओं की सृष्टि करते हुए सोते हुओं में भी जागता रहता है, वही ज्योतिर्मय पुरुष, वही ब्रह्म, वही अमृत कहलाता है। उसमें ही समस्त लोक लोकांतर आश्रित हैं, कोई भी उससे परे नहीं है, कोई भी उससे ऊपर नहीं है। यही है वह जिसकी तुम्हें अभिलाषा है, कामना है ऐसा बनने की। So with these words, thank you very much for joining me in today's episode. If you like, I would say please subscribe to my channel, because the number gives me encouragement to make more such presentations for the common interest of professionals. And also would like to thank my friends, my seniors, who keep me abreast with the latest developments. And in this series, I would not hesitate to name our senior, our friend, CA Amarjit Chopra, for updating me on various issues. Thank you once again. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Namaskar.